All right, and with that, we are back. Cam Rising, Colt Bishop, a couple of captains here for the two-time defending Pac-12 champs. Gentlemen, it's great to see you. We just talked to Coach. I'm going to start right with you, Cam, because it's a question that everybody has. How are you doing, and how's that knee feeling?
Knee's feeling great. I'm doing great. Just excited to be out here. Really been focused on my rehab, so everything's going the way it's supposed to be, and just excited and see what the future holds.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to get some questions from you guys, but we will open up now to questions from the media.
Yeah, if you have questions for the student athletes, raise your hand. And we're going to start with the in the back middle here.
Hey, Cam. Andy Ludwig is a fast-rising head coaching candidate for next year. I wanted to just ask you personally, what does he mean to the offense for Utah? And do you remember the first time you were able to connect with Andy when you transferred over from Texas?
Yeah, Coach Ludwig means everything. I mean, he spends so many hours throughout the week to make sure that our game plan is as good as it can possibly be. And because he does that, that's why we go out there and have so much confidence and trust the process, because he spent the time to make sure that every little part of the game plan is where we want it to be. And my first experience was when I first got to campus. His first day was my visit. So kind of just got to talk to him. He didn't even have like a game plan of what he wanted to talk to, but we just got to sit down, talk some ball, and I knew he was a coach that I wanted to play for, and I know one day he'll be a great head coach for sure.
Other questions? Over here? No? Oh, sorry, Kenneth, right here in the front left.
For Cam, obviously, you know, being a Cali guy, you've had a chance to have a lot of success here in Utah. How has it been, obviously, with, you know, COVID, high school kids kind of were getting left behind? How has it been for you kind of going back to, you know, your hometown, reaching out to kids, saying, hey, you know, Utah's a path for you if you want it?
Yeah, absolutely. What comes to mind is Brady Smigel from Newbury Park. I love him. He's a great football player, and I'm always trying to make sure that he's thinking of Utah and just coming here, because it is such a great program. They know how to manage their players, and having a coach like Coach Witt, it makes the world of difference. So every time I'm back, I'm always trying to make sure that they know that Utah is a great spot to be, and that's where you should go play football.
We'll go here, second row on the right. We're bringing a mic to you real fast.
Hi, this question is for Cam. With the new rules coming up, with a clock doesn't stop after a first down unless it's 2 minutes before the end of a half. You guys had a couple of close games against, I think, Washington State and Utah. And even though you do get the timeouts with the last 2 minutes of a half, how much does that affect you, let's say 3 minutes before the half, if you're trying to run a 2-minute drill?
It definitely starts that 2-minute process kind of a little earlier, and you have to have more urgency, because you got to go get up and get set, and it's just like if you run out of bounds with 2 minutes and 1 second on the clock, that clock is still going to run, so you still kind of got to go through that process, and it's going to be pretty similar to that.
Cole, Devin Lloyd, Clark, Phillips, they've been the faces of this defense. You're that now. What did you learn from them? How do you make sure you put your own stamp on that? And do you have to do anything different than we've done the first few years in Utah?
Obviously, Devin and Clark are great leaders. You know, I feel like they both lead it a little differently. You know, Devin was a little bit more vocal, and Clark was just led by his work ethic and things like that. So being able to learn from both of them and try to incorporate a little bit of both is what I've been trying to do. And you know, just be vocal, but also show your work ethic, and just do that.
How's he doing?
He's doing a great job. He's definitely being vocal, making sure that guys are doing everything they can. Defense is always out there ready to get extra work, and he's leading it. So I think the defense is in good hands with Cole right here.
We'll go to the back row here with Brian.
This question's for both players about the talent at quarterback in this conference. Cole, can you speak to what it's like to prepare for all the great quarterbacks in this conference? And then Cam, for you, just the appreciation you have playing that position and just recognizing the talent.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, there's so many good quarterbacks in the league now that it's going to be a pretty much every week thing. You got to prepare for somebody, and I feel like they all have pretty different skill sets. They can obviously all throw the ball really good, but some of them are more mobile than others, and just being able to watch film on them and see what they're wanting to do and what they're tending to do, and just try to prepare in that aspect of it.
For me, it makes preparing just that much more easy because you have a great quarterback to watch each and every week. Sometimes when you have some guys playing bad ball, it makes it harder to watch, and you can't really take any pieces of knowledge or pieces of their game that they were out there using. So having great quarterbacks to watch week in, week out is going to make it that much easier to go in there and watch and just see, oh, this is what they did on that play, so we can try to do something similar with that and just take it from there and just try to learn and take advantage of having such a good conference.
Cam, I want to ask you, I know we've talked about, you think Jaquindon Jackson, and we mentioned his story earlier, but you think he's going to have a really huge season this year. His story is remarkable because I think there are a lot of guys that if it had happened to them, what happened to him, I think we all thought he was going to come in the Rose Bowl a couple years ago, and instead it was Bryson Barnes, could have transferred, went somewhere else. Instead, he changed positions and had a huge impact last year. So just your perspective and how you know him and what he brings to this team and what you're expecting from him this year.
He's committed to this team, and he puts his best foot forward each and every day to make sure that he's given everything he has. And when you have a guy like that in the running back room, and even when he was a quarterback, I always did tell him he should be Taysom Hill, just go out there and play everything because he's such a freak of nature. But he's a great football player, and I know he's going to have just a phenomenal year, and I'm excited to just hand him the ball and watch him go.
I know you saw the media poll, and I'm sure you're on many text threads with your teammates. How did that go over as the two-time defending champs, not picked, not even getting a vote to win this thing?
It is what it is. They can think whatever they want and just find out come this season.
Do you guys relish that position, though? Because it felt like last year it was the same thing. Everybody was talking about USC and Oregon, and there were all these other storylines in Utah, and then all of a sudden at the end of the year, who was holding that trophy? Cole, do you feel like you guys like being in that spot?
I think it's a good spot to be in. I mean, we've won it the past 2 years and still not getting those votes. Like, it just shows that we got to keep working to keep building Utah up so people start to respect that we can go in and do it every year.
I'm curious about that. You were committed to Oklahoma, then you were at Texas, now you're Utah, you're from Georgia. What have you noticed over the course of the last couple of years about this Utah brand nationally, where you're from, where you've been, how people talk about this program now?
I think nationally people are starting to recognize that we play a good brand of football, and we come to play each and every week. And when you have a coach like Coach Witt, it makes it easy to do that. So I think we're starting to get a little bit more of that respect, but we got to just get over that hump, and I think then we'll really start to get it.
I'd say especially in the South too. We have way more guys from Florida than Utah probably ever has. We got a few guys from Georgia and a couple of the other guys, and just being able to expand and get guys not just from the West Coast, from the East, and just across the country. We got a bunch of guys from everywhere, and it ends up helping out, bringing everyone together.
We have a question in the back right.
How you guys doing? Anthony from New Stitch Media. This question is for Cole and Cam. Is there any matchups this season that you're most looking forward to? Any challenges that you're excited about this season?
The game I'm most excited for is Florida, probably just because the aspect of the defense didn't have a great game last year, obviously. We had a lot of missed tackles, so we're looking to go and play better this year, obviously, and be able to do our thing and come out with a win.
Cam, you got to answer that question too. I know that you're like your memory, you're like a goldfish. What happened in the past, but that Florida game from last year, are you glad you get another shot at them?
Absolutely, I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait to play on that Thursday. It's going to be a great game, and just looking forward to getting that ball in play and getting the revenge.
I've got another one in the back right.
This is for both of the players. Ken Thompson, SportsX Radio here in Vegas. Big USC fan for a half century. You guys broke my heart last year. Cam, when the game was going and SC's up a couple scores, when Caleb gets hurt, is that when you guys felt the positive momentum shift to your side, or did you think you were going to win despite that?
Nope. We just trusted the process. A lot of times you don't really worry about what's going on the other side. You got to focus on what you guys have going on, and we kind of just felt that it started to shift before that, and we kind of just felt that the ball was going our way, and then we started to get that momentum and kind of took it, and that just kind of was just a part of it.
Cam, you've dealt with injuries before. It's one thing to be cleared, it's the other thing to be clear in your head. How are you mentally attacking this thing so you can cut it loose when you are cleared to play?
just doing everything I can, making sure I'm doing every single movement there is and every type of throw, and just trying to be ready just to make sure that, because come the game time, you never know what kind of movements you're going to make, and just making sure whatever situation I'm put in, my body will be ready to go.
Obviously, it was a big storyline when you decided to come back. Same with Brant Keithy. I'm going to ask you, Cole, how did you guys sort of find out that news? Was there a team meeting? Was it a text chain? How did you, or did you just know?
I kind of was hoping he was coming back. That was obviously what I wanted to happen. I guess. I don't know. I think I just saw him in the meeting on Monday. I don't think there's a. I kind of, yeah. Just saw him
What was
in
the decision
facility.
point for you? Then I'll ask. What did you have in your mind that was not that was going to be a decision point until the end of the season, or were you thinking?
Yeah, it
throughout the year?
was a long process after the Pac-12 championship, and kind of just took that process throughout the Rose Bowl prep, and kind of decided a few weeks before that I was going to come back. Excited to be back, and just looking forward to this year.
Big storyline offensively are the weapons that you lost, of course, in Dalton Kincaid going to the NFL. Bring in Micah Pittman, Mikey Matthews, got some guys that returned as well. How's the guys that are catching the ball doing this offseason heading into the season?
They're doing good. They're coming ready to work, and I'm excited for this group. I think the whole entire receiver room has picked up their play, and they're playing at a really high level, and everybody has a lot of confidence. So we'll be getting them the ball, but you can't forget about those tight ends, because Brant and those guys, Thomas, they know how to play, and you got to get them the ball and just watch them go. So we'll be excited just to have so many weapons out there, and I know it's going to be fun for Cole during fall camp.
Cole, I'm supposed to ask about your golf game. How's it coming along?
It's on the come up. Played a little bit in high school, but been taking it a lot more serious recently. Shot a career high 91 the other day, so it's a slow and steady process, but I'm getting there.
Chipping away at it.
You and Coach Witt, can we get that?
He's a little bit better than me.
Okay.
Give me like 6 more months or something. A little longer than that.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Hope you enjoy Media Day. So happy to have you back. Great to see you. And I am excited. I think it'll be the 77th straight sellout at Rice Eccles for that home opener August 31st, Thursday night against Florida. We're looking forward to seeing that. Enjoy the rest of the day, and good luck, and stay healthy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Cole Bishop, Cam Rising.